Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Alienware Awesome Cup Qualifier 4. This is our first best-of-3 match of the day between Gallo and HVT. We've covered both of these teams before. Gallo is a team that I've been expecting to see make it this high. It's good to see them this high. And HVT we covered earlier today, and they did not play Voltar.
Why would? Oh, because this is hot Voltar train.
Yes, it is.
Sorry, I heard HDTV. It's like, oh. Now, one important note is that Gallo is a team that we've covered, I think, in 3 separate qualifiers. Today, they had a roster change.
They did.
Yep.
They swapped out Nello Dante for Maukno, I believe. So
Macro or something. Yeah. Starts with an M.
Yeah. And it involved the Mau.
Will that work for them? They're here into the round of 16. They're here into a best of 3. Was he the weak link? Is he just a name change? Is this an actual person that they've been practicing with? Is it a new addition to the team? Is he on the roster? There's a lot of unknowns now for Gallo. Gallo by themselves have made it to at least round of 16 before, if not round of 8, the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
So can they repeat that? Can they get to the quarters? This is a best of 3 to determine how good this new roster is. Hot Voltar train, though, absolutely dominated their match last time we saw them.
No, they did a very good job of that. And can they do it again against Gallo is the question.
That is the question.
Let's go ahead and take a look at these picks. Yeah, let's answer that question. Let's look at the picks. HVT Hot Voltar train rolling with not a Voltar this time, but they do have Tankville USA and a Lone Star. So they've got Clunk and Skoldir and Lone Star. On Team Gallo, we got
the exact same thing.
The literally exact same thing. So both teams going for that beefy, tanky character that can kind of just pop up and either throw or explode on Ribbit 4. And then we got a Lone Star to push to help with that turret killing that Skoldir has a huge problem doing.
So, we're like, yeah, we could see so many things on Ribbit. Didn't predict this.
So many things.
I'm going to be paying particular attention to the Clunks. Is it going to be more left click? Is it going to be more explode? Both are viable. Left click Lone Star, left click Clunk. That could really push down a tower extremely fast. The other thing is, if it is going to be more explode, and by default we should have at least the base explode, the elevator play right through the middle with that shaft. You start out and explode in the bottom, you jump all the way top, somebody is pushing, instant 750, instant 1,000 damage.
I think what the Clunk's builds are going to be depends a lot on which Skoldir ends up being the more effective one. If you're the one getting off the throws, you're likely to end up in explodes.
True.
If you're the one getting thrown a lot, you're going to be going to left click to zone out their Skoldir before they get to you. Double missiles are very good at damaging advancing Skoldirs, and if you can manage it, Skoldir won't be able to come close to you. So it depends on whether they're losing or whether or not they're winning. Let's go ahead, let's jump into this game. Let's find out who is the weakest Skoldir.
Because they're getting voted off the island if they are indeed found to be the weakest one. So you can hear them all now coming down. Creeper Clunk. If you guys don't know about Creeper Clunk, this was a skin that you can't buy. The only way to get Creeper Clunk is to kill a Creeper Clunk in solo matchmaking.
Well, on the Creeper Clunk, we got Collector's Edition on Skoldir, who ended up just teleporting home. We got our Tozar from before, and Luigi playing your Lone Star on the blue team. The Lone Star is being played by P.O. That was the same button. We got the Clunk being played by Maukno, and finally we have Shiotzi.
Maukno.ion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess they had a stand-in. I don't know.
Nanopop, Roasty Rob.
Roasty
Who's
Rob.
the other one? Who's the third? It wasn't Maukno, that's for sure. I wonder if they, it's just like, oh, we already qualified. Okay, so now you become a free agent.
I guess so.
Okay. Well, c'est la vie.
Whatever.
Yep.
Anyway.
So this is Ribbit. It's not Aguilan. That's going to be a dead Luigi, but here comes the explode. It's the counter explode. Did that actually hit? I don't believe that actually hit Collector's Edition. It doesn't matter. The left clicks are strong there on PO. They're strong there on Melcro. And can we actually have a return kill here from Tozar? We can, I believe it or not. So it will be a 2-1 trade here early on. 1.5 minutes and 3 kills already. Off to a big start. But yes, this is not Aguilan. This is Ribbit 4. Nice jungle there in the mid. Lots of vertical movement to be done here with the shaft, and as well a lot of creeps to be had, as well as solar bosses. Yeah,
the solar bosses, both teams maybe don't have the best lineup to deal with solar bosses or to take them out from the get-go, but it's still something they can do as a team fairly quickly with 1 or 2 easy upgrades. Speaking of upgrades and items, we got Collector's Edition going straight into base abilities, Piggy Bank Boots. We got the the Skoldier Tozar going for base abilities, and their Lone Star going for piggy bank into the missile. So this is a build that I really appreciate for a good amount. But oh, double explode coming out. Collector's Edition getting thrown. I think that's gonna be the end of it.
So close, but Gravity... No, never mind. Gravity's not on his side. Well, Gravity was on his side, but it was also on the Skoldier side. They're both big and fat, and they drop like rocks. So 3-1 now for Gallo as they've taken a little bit of a lead here. But again, I said this a little bit earlier, right? Look at the vertical movement. We are seeing Clunks starting to explode in this bottom lane and then jumping all the way to the top. And that's twice now, I believe, that by itself has gotten the kill here for Gallo.
Yep, and that will continue to be a factor here as both Clunks start to specialize their builds. Luigi going for the missile, as I mentioned before, so that's a lot of burst that he can put out fairly quickly between dynamites and missiles, and then if he picks up Trinamite to boot, that will be a very easy way to, just do some instant damage. But that's not going to be the entire story here. Like the missile by itself is not gonna really save him if he gets caught out by a throw or something like that. He's down a bull, and without that bull, he's gonna have a very hard time surviving.
He threw a creep there instead of Luigi, so he's gonna live for now. That was a return kill or return throw there on top of Shirtzi, but it's not quite enough to take down the big man. We do got a pin there in the mid from Gallo, and it's just gonna bring Luigi to almost death. He's thinking about going back home. Not entirely too sure. Going to be serious on that one. Yeah, there he goes. He's not going to go back for the heal. 3-1 will still remain the score after all that, and a little bit of push coming in from the red on top of the, on that bottom lane. But now they come back to the top using that vertical movement. That's going to be a tosser on top of Shirtzi, but he tosses away Collector's Head. That's not going to be an explode on either side. It's not going to be a kill either.
Yeah, and now 3-2, still in favor of Gallo, but now the gap is closed just a tiny bit. The throw-and-throw action maybe was a bad idea. Maybe he should have, I understand how he could have tried to survive with it, but that might have been something that he could have thrown more people towards his team, or just maybe not thrown at all, maybe gone for a couple of punches to get that extra bit of damage. But when you're in a situation like that, you're going to panic. You're not going to think of, if I don't throw, then I'll have a better chance of killing this thing because I'm already dead. You don't want to think that you're going to die, so it makes sense that he would make that throw when he did.
Well, I was just more impressed with Tozar's counter throw.
Yeah, Tozar's Tozar's been playing really well today. We mentioned this before. Oh, Luigi getting the throw off. In comes the explode. Boom goes the dynamite. Well, not the dynamite. Just the clunk will do. Tozar going for throw. It's going to end up missing Collector's Edition. Going to explode onto nothing. He's going to have to run away. Now Tozar running away for his life. He's not going to end up getting punched at all. So he'll live to fight another day.
So, we did have a lot of the base abilities. In fact, that's 8 for 8 base abilities right out the bat. Well, maybe not right at the bat. The red Lone Star didn't get full until a little bit later. Did go for the Trinamite and the Piggy Bank. But a little bit, I'm curious to see, Lone Stars. Is it going to be Trinamite builds? Trinamite, Blindamite, something might, there's a lot to it. Or is it going to be more auto attacks to kind of capitalize on these throws? Tozar getting out of that skin of his teeth.
Yeah, just barely, and the return throw, the return damage and everything, not quite being enough on its own. The two teams are just going to bounce off of each other and go right back to farming a little bit. Gallo's PO now has boots, still with base Dynamite, base Bull, as you mentioned before, and no Trinamite yet picked up on either one of them. But we do have a specialization. We got Chicken Clunk, who's now got explosion damage. So he is definitely going for the explode. He has faith in his Shirtzi and in the throws that he's going to get. He is not going to be going for a zoning left click build quite yet. Out comes the throw. It's going to hit two people. The explosion's going to come in with it. 750 damage on two characters. Luigi going to get punched? No, he's just barely going to live. Just barely going to live. And now up here, Tozar also very low. He's not going to be able to defend. There's going to be a lot of turret damage in the next couple of minutes if Tozar, especially if Tozar gets picked off.
Yeah, everybody from blue went home.
Yeah, everybody from blue went home and said so.
That's why Mokron deciding, nope, I'm just going to stay here.
A little bit of extra solar and some, establishing your advantage is not a bad way of going about things. Malco
onto the platform.
Yeah, he's just going to float out of there. No problem. No big deal.
And now here comes that turret damage you're looking for, sir.
Yeah, so. Oh, in comes the Bull. The Bull just barely going to save Luigi, so a really good pickup when he got it. Tozar taking a stun punch, but not going to get thrown in return. Shirtzi looking for HP, and he's going to probably go right back in there. As soon as he can find a throw, he will get it. And a throw in this level, particularly because of how small the distance is between the two turrets right at the get-go, is enough just to get anything. Oh, Tozar taking a lot of damage. Out comes the explode. The bite. That's going to be enough. Malknar going to end up getting away as well. Now Luigi taking a ton of damage. In comes the fist and the face. So down he goes. Shirtzi picking up 2 kills with his manly bearded self with the help of his team.
7-2. Gallo off to a fantastic start here early. Every throw is being followed up by that explode. Every throw is being followed up by the dynamite. 7-2. The kills are very spread even. 2, 3, and 2 between everyone here on Gallo. It's not all being stacked up. And look at the solar between them. 1100, 1105, 1170. Very even across the board, which means that we're not really facing a situation where one teammate is just getting like super fed and then he becomes a liability later if he lands into a 3v1 situation, because that's going to hurt the team overall. But wow, like this is a thing of beauty coming out from Gallo. Another kill to the name.
Absolutely stellar play coming out of Shirtzi and his throws, and Malkno right on top of it all the time with his explode. He's also now picked up Snare Bite and Hard Hat in order to help him not only land the explodes but not die to them as much. So Malkno going to take a lot less damage from his explodes and practically guaranteed if he lands the bite to go with them. The other thing to keep in mind that's happening here is that Shirtzi has oily spray on tan. That means that he can actually do a lot of damage with his left clicks. And out comes the explode. The fist's going to do it. Shirtzi not getting the throw off there. He's going to try to throw Tozers. Tozer going to get out of there anyway. Shirtzi going to just walk it off, use his heal punch to get all of his HP back.
You saw Collector Zed. He got zoned out by the bull.
Yep.
I mean, he tried to get that return damage. Everyone was right there up to the tower, but no, it's going to be the return again. Tozar is going to drop. The body blocks are coming out pretty big here, and Collector's Ed is going to finish off this delayed team wipe, because we did just have the Lone Star who died a little bit early. He did just land again, and he's going to be able to come out here and do a little bit of defense, but 11-2. The combo is real here for Gallo.
Yeah, Gallo making this work the way it's supposed to. In a mirror match, that's always bad news. If you get caught out the wrong way, then that's
nice
it.
Pickup there,
yep.
Luigi.
PO going a little bit too far for his kill there, but at what cost is Luigi going to get that? No toss, not yet.
The tower goes down. Luigi could have actually been capitalized on there for a split moment, but the moment passed.
The moment passed, and Luigi's going to continue to farm as best as he can with his big-sized bowl.
How much solar does Shirtzi have?
Shirtzi currently sitting on
500.
Yeah, a little bit less than 500 now that he spent it on boots and shield. Barrier magazine being picked up. Yep. So now since he's got a decent amount of HP, now he takes 11% damage reduction, coupled with the pills that I'm sure he'll pick up later. Those are going to be very effective pickups when he gets them. Out comes the explode, the toss, the death. Tozer taking a lot of damage, but Collector's Edition going to go out with a bang. Down goes Shirtzi in the meantime, and PO going to have to take a lot as well. Tozer taking a lot of damage as well, and cap things off, but that's going to be a 1-for-1 exchange. The Collector's Edition, really good job there, noticing that he was going to die anyway and taking somebody down with him. Shirtzi's just not able to get out of the way.
I'm going to give it to Luigi, because Luigi didn't need to really come back into that fight, but he literally walked right past Tozar just as we had the triple dynamite coming up from the blue Lone Star on PO, and he face tanked all of it. It kept Tozar alive.
Yeah, that's a skill that a lot of players don't have when they're playing this. They do not keep in mind that sometimes you have to tank for your friends. You don't have to let them die. And in that situation, that was a really good game sense out of Luigi, just saying, you know what, I can take this and still get out alive and save my friend in the meantime. Tozar throwing Shirtzi into the solar boss. Tozar now getting exploded though, not worth it. Unfortunately, getting caught out at the wrong place at the wrong time. Luigi running for his life. Collector's Edition doing the same. There's gonna be an explode. Shirtzi gonna eat the majority of it. So will PO, but PO gonna get out of there just barely. The droid not gonna kill him either. Luigi getting punched, getting thrown. Unfortunately, a little miscommunication there. Luigi might end up. Nope, he does not get away. There's a missile. There's a fist, and that's gonna be a 3-man wipe in favor of Gallo. Now Gallo have all the room in the world to do stuff. Shirtzi going for this kill on the solar boss. Malkno going back up here and dealing with this creep wave. Now, I mentioned before that killing the solar boss for Gallo might have been a little bit difficult, but with some upgrades they can do it. Well, the upgrades are real. They've got some fist damage. Shirtzi now also going for HP on top of the barrier magazine, so he's going to be extremely difficult to kill.
He is the guy that just needs to run in and get these done. He needs to be there to throw. He needs to be there in order to capitalize so we can throw it into Mokra, so we can just get those kills. So, yeah, we always say, building into hit points, probably not the best idea. It's going to hurt you in the long run, but in this case, phenomenal.
Yeah, no, in this case, they're ahead. They've already got the damage. They just need to make sure that they can survive. And, wow, that bull coming out of Luigi, doing the opposite team a favor. HVT going for that 3-man wipe. Granted, a 1-person exchange, but that is an exchange that they will take every day, every day of the week, all the time.
Yeah, it's 24/7.
25/7.
Everyone's special.
So 3-for-1 specials, good times. 12 minutes into this game, 7-16, but the tower damage coming right back at him.
That
slow bull was huge. That slow bull was massive. They desperately needed that, and now they've got a fighting chance again with all the solar that they've just picked up. 3 kills worth of solar. It's 30 per kill? Yeah, it's 130 solar per kill, 3 times. It's 390 solar for the team, plus the 2 turrets that they're about to pick up, which is another 300 if they can manage to get them. So it's not quite but close. Yeah, that is something they desperately needed. The solar gap being bridged somewhat a bit more. Out comes the bull. Malkno maybe in a bad place, but Shirtzi deciding, you know what, I'm going to come in with the fists anyway. And in comes the explode. Collector's Edition going to end up going down. But
there's no solar
very
boss.
low. There's no solar boss. There's no HP pack. Down goes Malkno, and now it's Luigi's turn. He gets bowled a little bit. In comes the blaster. The blaster and the bull explosion going to be enough to pick up that 2-for-1 exchange in favor of Gallo.
Yeah. Now, had the solar boss actually been there, it would have been a very different story.
That would have been hilarious.
Gallo had already cleared it, and they would have gotten all that cash in their pockets. So worked out good for the Klung, at least for a little bit. I mean, yes, he did go down, but he was able to force out a more favorable trade there from Gallo. I mean, as soon as Luigi committed to it, he was now stuck in the corner. It was just like he had swapped spots. So not a great way to go. But hey, every kill is a kill, and a kill when you're down, especially in HVT's position, it's going to be adding more money to your coffers, and that's what you need in order to bring that back to par.
Yep, and as I mentioned before, the Clunk that's going to be on the receiving end of the pain is going to end up going left click, and that is the case. He does have an explosion upgrade, but he's now got frag shells and the missile salvo package. So he's got all 4 missile salvo strings. He's good to go. He can push out. He can kind of zone the Skoldier now with access to that damage. We'll see if he ends up going for double missiles or if he goes for faster missiles. But yeah, one Clunk went into explode. The other Clunk went into left click. So that was an accurate prediction.
Right. Well, I mean, I could say one team's going to win, one team's going to lose. That's also an accurate prediction.
Well, maybe. HVT does have a very hard game ahead of them if they can win this. Out comes the punch. Tozar going to eat a snare bite. Explode going to come out. It's going to end up hitting Collector's Edition, who gets thrown back into the fight. Down he goes. Slow Bull going to make sure that it's a little bit easier for Luigi. Yeah, Luigi unable to push everybody into the turret. The Bull just not strong enough, despite the fact that it is a hyper breed Super Bull. So Luigi going to do the best he can. Oh, the throw comes out. The throw is real, and so is the damage. Luigi not going to end up dying, but he can't get out there anymore. This is all up to Gallo and their ability to just push out damage. And heck, if there's one mistimed movement out of Luigi, that is going to be a very difficult start. But nope.
Deciding to stay. I mean, there's nothing that really can go past that tower, but yeah, it's very deceptive. The self-destruct range can be a little bit miscalculated, a little bit late, come into it, and all of a sudden you're dead. The throw range as well, you get even close to halfway into that turret, you're actually going to get it thrown basically to your doom, especially with hit points like that. So it was a gutsy move, but at the same time, Luigi played well. He cleared out the creeps. He was able to just put up enough pressure to stop the turrets at death. But I think that we're still going into that encore here from Gallo.
And yeah, they got off one throw. The explode not going to hit anything, but Tozar's. Oh wait, never mind. Return throw. Tozar is going to end up going down eventually, but so might Shirtzi. No, Shirtzi's going to get out just in time. Gallo's PO and Malkno now dueling each other a little bit. Collector's Edition almost going down. And Luigi going to toss out that bull. That bull had a hit. Might have been very, very painful, but not the case, as both teams take whatever they can out of that fight. 1 kill in terms of Gallo, and in terms of HVT, another day to live. Maybe.
Solar Boss is back up. You see Shirtzi just above him. He's going to be trying to take it. He will actually solidify. Gets all the hit points back because of the special heal. And now Luigi's like, all right, well, I had a window. And that window is now closed. 21-8. Looking at the solar across the board, 23, 24, 2,500. It's very daunting to be in HVT's position, especially if you keep losing out teammates like this, because it's very hard to set up a 3v3, and you're not going to win it too.
Yeah, and what's the Skoldiers are what have been making this a thing. Like Shirtzi enabling his team in a big way to win this matchup right now. This mirror match was dependent on who can initiate better, and then if you got initiated on, could you survive it? And the answers to that are Gallo and no, not yet.
Oh, so the counter throw.
The counter throw, unfortunately, gonna unfortunately for HVT, get another kill onto Tozar, and as a result, HVT looking really bad. They've taken half of their core damage, and it's looking like this is gonna be game over.
Bull into counter bull, and it just basically negates a vector effect net of 0. And,
yeah.
That's Yeah, I want to say that's game. Like, I don't see them pushing this back, and they're definitely not. 24-8. Three times the amount of kills between the two teams at the 16-minute mark. HVT, maybe they got to go CVT now. Or maybe they even just need to bring a V into the map.
Yeah, maybe. But a Voltar in this case would have been absolutely terrifyingly bad. I mean, Skoldir getting a throw on any of them was bad, but a Voltar would not be able to survive.
That's how. No, actually, that's not. They had a dirt ball. I was gonna say that's how, way back in the day, our first Awesome Not Invitational. That's how they won.
Yeah,
but it wasn't actually a clunk with a Voltar and a Skoldir. It was a Skoldir dirt ball and a Voltar.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna make that comparison. Either way, I mean, having
nobody expects
the big and chunkies. I mean, it almost feels like their time has passed. Now it's all about the big burst. And the burst was much stronger in this team comp for Gallo.
Yeah, and they could afford to do it again. Malkno managed to be on the team with the Skoldir that ended up starting things more often, more effectively. So he was able to go that explode. Whereas the poor Collector's Edition, he couldn't get farm for the life of him. He didn't have those kills. He tried to go left click. He spent 400 solar on getting a missile salvo.
It's 2 and 9.
But it was... Yeah, it was too late for him. It was too late for the Skoldir, who was 1 and 8. The poor guy could barely survive. He went regen against the burst team, which might have been a misplay, a misbuy on his end of things. Yeah, that was 180 solar that could have gotten him boots faster or something else. But
he did get boots after that, but you're right.
Yeah, it would have been a little bit earlier. He might have survived a bit more. And then the Lone Star, Luigi, making some big plays happen here and there, but just it wasn't enough. That slow bull was a great idea, but it was a great idea too late.
It worked once.
But it was a beautiful time when it worked that one time.
It was,
and it did keep him alive more often than not. Just
sure enough.
It stopped working after a certain period of time.
So Bulls and Explodes and Gnomes, oh my. Game 1 in the bag. 1-0 now, Gallo. That just means this is your time to shine, time to come back. Because when we come back, new map draft, new picks, new bans. Well, we say that, but I don't actually know. It could be even another mirror match on the same map.
Oh, dear.
But it's a new opportunity to get